What's up everybody, Tendo here, and it's time to go game shopping. Now, if you've watched my channel at all before, you're probably familiar with the fact that I'm a bit of a thriftaholic. Most of these games came from the thrift store, and the ones that didn't, they came from stuff that I bought at the thrift store and took to the game store to trade in. Well, today we're not doing any of that. Today we're doing something that I've never done on the channel, and we're going to GameStop. That's right, there's about 6 GameStops within like 3 square miles of me. I don't know why there's so many GameStops, but they're everywhere. And I happened to go in one the other day and noticed that they had a ton of $1 or $2 Wii and Wii U games. And I love my Wii and Wii U games. And as you can see, this tiny section of this whole shelf is Wii U games. So let's go to a bunch of GameStops. Let's pad that Wii U collection. Check it out. All right, first GameStop, and I'll be completely honest with you. I don't know what I'm getting myself into, but I'll tell you what I do know. I want these Super Mario Maker standees so bad. The first thing I looked at in the first GameStop was these loose discs, because they were all really cheap, and I've got a big stack of cases missing their discs, so it doesn't hurt to see what's in there. But I don't see a ton that I'm familiar with. It's all really low-end stuff. It seems like if they get the high-end stuff, they just keep it until they get a case to put it in. And then a quick look through the DS and 3DS games. They didn't have anything on the cheap end here. I really wish they did. They've got a lot of cheap everything else, but all the DS games are pretty expensive. And here's what I'm really here for, the Wii U games. I am very eager to get that complete Wii U collection before it really starts to get hard to get. So I'm looking through it, and first thing I see is a copy of Rayman for the Wii U, and it's cheap. It's very cheap. And I kept looking through the Wii U games. I was pretty much going to buy anything that was here $5 and under, because as far as I'm concerned, that's a great price for Wii U games. I ended up leaving with 2, that Rayman game and this Sonic Boom game. Then we'll go over and look at the PlayStation 4 games. Hannah sifted through a lot of these. She didn't go one by one because the PS4 games were all considerably more expensive. They were all $20 and up. Rick and Morty game, VR game. I do not currently own PSVR, so not interested. A lot of people give GameStop a lot of crap for trying to become the game toy store and having all this extra stuff, which I understand the criticisms, but I do love digging through gaming junk. And I want you to take a look at this. Look at these Nerf guns. These Fortnite Nerf guns, I want them so bad. I have a rather large Nerf collection. You don't see it in my game room because there's just no room for it, but I love those Fortnite Nerf guns. On to the next GameStop here. It's funny how close these GameStops were to each other. This one was just down the road from the other one, and I went straight to the Wii and Wii U games, and there's a game I just bought. And of course, most of these games are in aftermarket cases, which I'm definitely not here for. So I'm kind of just going through, looking at the prices on the ones that are in box. And of course, most of them are a bit out of my price range. I'm not going to buy games here that I know I can probably find at the thrift store for a couple of bucks. So I'm just looking for anything that's a equal deal to what I might find at the thrift store or less. And of course, there's quite a bit of that. I rarely get a game at the thrift store for just $1. And look at this game here. Not sure what it is, but it's $1. So I'll take that one. It's really hard for me to walk past any Wii game that is just $1. And I ended up finding a handful here, 4 or 5 games. This was probably the best one that I went to today in terms of dollar games. Even the Xbox 360 and the PS3 section had plenty of $1, $2, $3 games. I'll definitely be coming back to this one. I don't know if they're just trying to get rid of their stock. I don't know what it was that made this one much better than the others, but I bought a big handful of games here. And if you look at some of these other prices, they're not bad. $3, you know, most of these are $2 or $3 in their markdown bin, which I like to see. There's a lot of talk going on in the gaming community about how GameStop can save itself from its current impending doom. And I wouldn't mind so much for it to just become a retro gaming store. I'm almost surprised they haven't. On to the next GameStop. This one was all right. It didn't have quite as many $1, $2 games as the last one, but they had a few. Here's Dimensions, Lego Dimensions for $1. So I grabbed that one up. Keep flipping through them. There's quite a few here I actually already had, as well as some really good stuff that was just out of my price range. I'll wait to find that stuff at the thrift store. But I like seeing this selection of Wii U games. It seems like time's probably running out. This time next year, I'll be really surprised if there's any Wii or Wii U games in GameStop, unless they do go a more quote-unquote retro route in the future and start carrying older games. Not that Wii and Wii U are quote-unquote retro, but older games. That's what we're talking, older games. But I don't know. 360 might be out the door next, too, as soon as the next generation rolls around. That, if you look at the history of how that has gone and what generation of games they've kept in the store, it's time for 360 and Wii to go. Hate to see it happen, just like I hate not seeing PlayStation 2 games in GameStops. I'd really love to find a big rack of $1 PS2 games here, but that doesn't happen anymore. Hannah found a couple games. Tony Hawk game, I don't even know what this one is. I told her to put that one back, and I took the Tony Hawk game. Then I went over for the PS3 games. Pretty good selection of PS3. Probably the next one on the chopping block as well. I don't know, maybe they'll hold on to those for another generation, who knows. I saw a lot of stuff in here I'd like to have. I've been on a bit of a PS3 buying kick lately, but the reason that I'm going to GameStops today is because I found out that they actually had $1, $2 games, so I'm only doing this because it's actually cheaper than the thrift store. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. So I'm not shopping for $3 games. I'm just looking for those $1, $2 games, and there weren't a ton of $1 or $2 PS3 games. Here we are at Arizona Mills. This is the mall that's about 2 blocks from my house. We frequent it quite a bit, and even though we frequent it quite a bit, I don't know if I've ever stepped foot in this GameStop. I'm just not a GameStop shopper, but like I said, dollar games. Any store in the world, if they've got dollar games, consider me there. So I'm checking the Wii U games. I'm on a high right now. I bought about half as many Wii U games today as I already had. And I would have loved going home having doubled the number of Wii U games that I had, but didn't quite make it to that. Though I suspect as time goes on and they start to really phase these Wii U games out, I might get in there and get a lot of the better ones much cheaper. Thank God Hannah was with me. I'm not crawling down there on my hands and knees to look at these bottom rows. She's more than happy to do it. Well, I don't know if she's happy about it, but she does it. And then looking at the clearance rack, my favorite place in any store. Little Yu-Gi-Oh action here. Summon Skulls. Anybody remember? Any Yu-Gi-Oh fans in the house? Smash that like button. This was pretty funny. A money gun, because I searched heaven and earth for a money gun for a film I was in a little while ago where a naked man got shot with a money gun. Sounds ridiculous, I know, but, you know.
Look at all this.
And there's a gun.
It's just what the fuck? No! Hey!
And Hannah found some Stranger Things pool floats. Weird. What a thing to buy at GameStop. On to the next GameStop. This was actually hard to find because from the street you couldn't see it because the light was off. Don't know what's up with that, but we eventually found it, went in. And this was the last GameStop that we stopped at. Strangely enough, it had the least number of games. Everything was just a much smaller section. There was way less Wii and Wii U games in the other stores, but this one had the most merchandise. And actually, I must say, a lot of their merchandise was really cool. I saw some stuff in there that I'd love to get, so maybe I'll have to come back when it's clearance time and see if there's anything left over that I wanted. And let me add that while I was in there, the girl that worked there was talking about the clearance sale they had just had and mentioned that one guy had left with a Overwatch Genji sword for $20 that was originally priced a couple hundred. I was like, what? Man, I wish I'd have made it to that sale, but I'll keep that noted, and I'll definitely be frequenting this GameStop in the future, looking for those sales. Don't want to miss out on that next time. Hannah, back at it again, looking at those bottom shelves, while I just stand there and watch her like a weirdo, like a creeper. Here's some of that merchandise. Matter of fact, I think this is what's left over from that sale that I just mentioned, but there wasn't anything that I had to have. And then over to the Fortnite section, my secret guilty pleasure. Love me some Fortnite. Again, with the Nerf guns, man, I want that so bad. I'm going to have to get one, but $40 is too much for any Nerf gun because all the Nerf guns I have, I paid $1 for at the thrift, so just not going to happen. Here's Hannah with the finds again. Ultimate Band. I love the Wii games that have a holographic cover. It's kind of hard to see there, but that one's super shiny. I love those I love how the light gleams off those games on my shelf, so I'm glad just to put that one on the shelf. Still with the merchandise here, look at this. It's a giant Super Mario World cartridge. It has a t-shirt in it. I don't even care about the t-shirt. I just want that cartridge. I want to hang it on my wall. It even has the holes to hang it on the wall on it. It's so cool. How did I not know those existed? And how do I not already own that one? Just in case you wanted to know, Super Mario World is my all-time favorite game. And here's a Super Soaker version of the bazooka. It's even better.
Oh, hey. Welcome back to the game room. I bought a bunch of games. Half of them are Wii U, half of them are not. So let's go through the not Wii U games first. Pretty happy with this haul. Almost all of these games were under a couple bucks, which was crazy, especially for the Wii U games. All right, let's start with Ultimate Band. Tony Hawk Ride. And this one I'm pretty excited about. This is the one that you actually have to have the skateboard for to play, which I want to try, but I'm a little bit scared because I guarantee you the weight limit for that skateboard is 220 pounds. I stand before you here about 6'6", 360 pounds. So you do the math. I'm quite a bit over that weight limit, but we'll find one of them and try. Even if I break it after the first time, at least I'll be able to say I played it. The next one, Frontlines, Fuel of War. Looks all right. And then Draw to Life. Another Wii drawing game. I don't know what this is. It was $1, so I couldn't leave without it. Defiance. Pretty cool. And then another Wii game. Generator Rex. Agent of Providence. Interesting. Paid 99 cents for that one. Tony Hawk. Shred. It never ceases to amaze me how many Tony Hawk games there are. Just as soon as I think I've probably got most of them, I walk in with 3 more of them. All right, next I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Wii U games. Let's start out with Star Fox Guard. No manual, just disc, which we're gonna have to talk about a little bit. This kind of made me a little angry. I didn't get super mad, but the first GameStop that I went to, I picked up a bunch of games and I made sure they had the manuals. I was only going to buy the ones with the manuals. I went up to the desk to check out. And then when I got to my car, I realized that about half the games had their manuals and half of them didn't, despite the fact that I knew that I left with all the manuals. And that's because most of the ones you'll take up to the counter are display, right? There'll be a display copy and then you take the ones back and they've got several copies of it in the drawer and they'll just give you one. So almost a few of these have the manuals, 1, 2, 3 of them have their manuals and then the rest of them don't. So that's kind of a bummer. From now on, when I go to GameStop, I'm definitely gonna have a conversation with the people behind the counter. I'm gonna say, hey, I know you guys kind of pull some out of the back and this is just a display copy, but I'm not gonna buy these without the manual. So do you have one in there with the manual? They're probably gonna hate me, but if you've watched any of my other videos before, you know that I'm a bit of a manual fiend. So case in point, here's a copy of Amiibo Festival. And these stickers that you see on the front of it, these are not GameStop stickers. These stickers were not on there when I pulled it off the shelf. I took the one off the shelf up front, it had its manual on it, and they gave me this one. I didn't check till I got outside, and I looked at it, I was like, wait a minute, those are Zia Records stickers. If you've watched any of these videos before, I go to Zia Records almost every episode. So that's what's going on. This is a learning curve. I've almost never shopped at GameStop. I'm sure I've bought something there in the past, but I've just never shopped at GameStop, so I don't really know how things go there. But I got a couple Skylanders games today. Skylanders Swap Force. And Hannah, why don't you pan over there and check out my Skylanders collection. I got plenty. So I also got Skylanders Giants. Let's just go ahead and set those up there. That's where they belong. And then the next one, Lego Dimensions. And this one, this one actually had its manual. Very nice. And these last two had their manual too. These were the first 2 I bought. Rayman Legends and Sonic Boom, Rise of Lyric. All of these Wii U games I'll end up playing, especially these. Like I might actually play Sonic Boom tonight. I'm very curious about it. I'll definitely play a little Dimensions. Amiibo Festival, maybe if I ever come across any of the Amiibos, I'll definitely play Star Fox Guard. That looks awesome. And then as far as the rest of this stack, I'll definitely try out these Tony Hawk games. I've never played Defiance. Let me know in the comments below if that's worth it. If anybody tells me it is, I'll pop it in. The rest of these I probably won't play. Front lines, it looks like I should at least put it in, but I don't know. We'll see. But that's it, guys. All right, guys, that's a haul. I thought it was a pretty good one, but it doesn't matter what I think. It matters what you think. Let me know in the comments below if you thought this was a good one. Let me know if you think it was worth it. I pretty much feel like anytime you get a stack full of games, $1 a piece, it's worth it. But let me know in the comments below what your favorite game that I got today was. I'm going to go ahead and go with Sonic Boom. Let me know in the comments below what your least favorite game that I got was. Ultimate Band. And most importantly, guys, what I want to discuss today is, should I go to more GameStops? GameStop is kind of having some trouble these days. They've had some really bad history, mistreating their employees and stuff. And I try to care about that stuff, but I can't turn down $1 games. But they have $1 games. These games were cheaper than what I buy at the thrift. And that just goes against everything I know. So let me know in the comments below, should I add a GameStop or two in my regular game shopping videos, or should I just skip them? Guys, hit that like and subscribe button. And most importantly, hit that bell notification so that when I post videos like this, you can come and hang out with me then. And until then, guys, peace out.
Hey, I'm a shark with a top hat, and I think you should subscribe. Go ahead, hit the button. I'll wait. Okay, bye.